Joining me now is Mr. Joseph Alozie. Welcome to Dateline Abuja, Joseph Alozie, General Manager, Climate Services of NIMET. Now, Nigeria has been experiencing a serious heat wave. What's the cause of this and where has it been happening?
The heat wave, that is the extreme hot conditions that have been happening in the different parts of the country, follow the weather pattern at this time of the year. We have now fully entered into what we call the hot season. The hot season actually follows from the Harmattan season, which started late last year and began to clear around February, with the dust settling and the first few rains in the southern part of the country coming in. But then shortly after that, we go into the very hot and uncomfortable conditions, with temperatures rising abruptly so high. And as at March and this early April, for March we already have the records across the country. NIMET makes existence in all parts of the country, taking readings of various met parameters like temperature, rainfall, and so on. So recent data indicates that most places in the central and northern part of the country are really very hot. That also includes Abuja. And if you live in Abuja, you would have noticed that it's been very hot in the daytime, and even at night, it is synonymous with the weather of the present.
So what are we
time.
saying when we say very hot? What temperatures are we talking about? And also, what's the cause of the heat wave?
Well, the heat wave arises because of the trappings of heat in the atmosphere. It is synonymous with the season of the time, the weather season of the time. There's nothing special. It happened about this time last year also. We had very hot conditions. We have had the highest reading of about 43.2 degrees centigrade, somewhere in the Adamawa state and also in Kebbi state. But some other states in the middle of the country have also had temperatures above 40. The human body temperature is 37. Once it gets out of that, you begin to reach 38, 39, 40. The discomfort manifests, easily.
So as a result of the heat wave, are we expecting less rainfall this year?
In the 2016 seasonal rainfall prediction, we had indicated the places in the country where on the long run, the total or seasonal rainfall sum will be less than a 30-year normal. Unfortunately, for 2016, it's going to affect many parts of the country.
Can you expand on your latest warning to the public that they're going to be experiencing hotter days and warmer nights?
Yes, also drawing from this 2016 seasonal rainfall prediction, we had said, because we made forecast of temperature for the first 4 months of this year, January, February, March, and April, we had said that February and April will be the hottest months in the 2016 weather season. Today we are in April, and we should expect that, as per the forecast of 2016 temperature aspect, we are going to have very hot April in 2016, indeed across the country.
And what about the impact on agriculture? How has the heat wave affected that industry?
Yeah, before I take that, I also like to talk about the values. When we say very hot, we are looking at temperatures going much higher than a 30-year average, and in this case we focus on temperatures in excess of 40 degrees centigrade. Once we reach that value, then we have a challenge. Extending that challenge is when this 40 degrees and above become the reading every day, every consecutive day, for perhaps upwards of 2 weeks. You can imagine the kind of weather condition that we are in. the outside becomes very hot, the inside becomes very hot, and it's so difficult, except if there is some air conditioning, it's difficult to stay, both day and night. Because even in the night, we are talking about temperatures sometimes reaching 30 in some parts of the country. And then going to talk about agriculture, the same temperature that is affecting humans is also affecting the soil, affecting the ground where the agric activities take place. So if any farmer, for instance, had looked at the few rainfall events that have taken place in one or the different part of the country, and have gone to make commence agric activity planting, indeed, that's why we have said in the SRP that they should listen to the predictions.
And the SRP, can you just explain what the SRP is?
The SRP is the seasonal rainfall prediction. They should please listen to it, because it's not just about the rain. We have had even one big rain is not enough. So the impact of the high temperature on the soil is to crack the soil, to crack the land. That is why you see a place that there has not been rainfall, or the temperatures are so high, the land, the ground becomes a bit cracked, and cracking of that land affects the soil, particularly the soil nutrient is taken away. And that is how it's going to affect whatever you have put in the soil. It is too early to know what the farmers are doing, but what the reports we have from some farmers, including even the ones here in Abuja, because I drove in from the east not long ago, and I was observing whether there has been agric activities already taking place. Because, you know, last 2 weeks we had some rains, you know, sometimes even every other day here in Abuja. And I pitied a few people that I've seen that have already gone to till the land. I really pity them, because look at what we're expecting in April. It's going to be very hot. Whatever you have put into the ground, if it is not sustained by the little humidity that is already you know, available, that crop will wilt away. I mean, it will die. So we want the farmers to please listen to us. They should listen to us. It doesn't cost them any money to listen to forecasts. Many of them think, oh, we've been doing this over the years. They don't need you. And it is the greatest challenge. We have also said that the proper application of the information in the seasonal rainfall prediction increases the yield by at least 23%. So if they listen and they apply it, they are the people that will, you know, benefit.
And there are obviously serious health implications of this excessive heat. What do people need to do to prevent these adverse effects on their health?
Thank you. First, let's ask, what are the dangerous aspects of the heat? Nothing more than the heat-related ailments, meningitis, measles for children, and even adults. Adults do have measles too. And I said I would like to use myself as an example. So what do I do? Because I'm also feeling the heat. Unfortunately, we still have the challenge of power, because if there is power, particularly in the night, when we are supposed to get some rest, then we can use and ventilate our living rooms. But if we don't have access to power and we're unable to ventilate the room, I do go to take a shower in the middle of the night to make sure that the temperature of my body comes down. That way, I think I have avoided any serious heat-related. It doesn't matter how many times, as many times as I take the bath or shower, the better for me.
What about the elderly, though, who are really susceptible to conditions such as meningitis?
Yeah, the ultimate is to bring down the temperature of your body, whatever you do. And you know, it's a common practice. Even when you have children, when they are running temperatures, if you remember, as an adult, I have seen my mother go to bath the little one among us who was running temperature, because I mean, that is the issue. bring down the temperature. Whatever you do to bring down the temperature will help you. Is that ultimately?
Thank you so much, Joseph Alozie. We'll now take a break, and when we return, we'll talk more on the heat wave in Nigeria.
In 2012, NIMET released the prediction about the likelihood of flooding several months earlier. Unfortunately, however, adequate preparations were not made, and the flood inflicted heavy devastation when it came later within the year. This year, NIMET's prediction has indicated the likelihood of delayed onset and less than normal rainfall in several parts of the country. We cannot afford to repeat the mistakes of the past by ignoring the early warning.